Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We've got some incredibly exciting news coming out of South Korea's space program. On Thursday, the nation witnessed a historic moment with the successful launch of its first privately led Nuri rocket mission. And get this, it was a complete success, with all satellites placed precisely into their planned orbits. The Korea Aerospace Administration and the Korea Aerospace Research Institute have confirmed that the fourth Nuri rocket mission perfectly completed every single one of its objectives. This launch was particularly special for a couple of reasons. First, it was the first time a Nuri rocket lifted off at night, creating a spectacular sight against the dark sky. There was a little bit of drama at the start though. A minor sensor signal glitch caused an 80-minute delay, but the team on the ground quickly fixed the issue, and from that point on, the liftoff and ascent were absolutely flawless. It was a textbook example of professionalism under pressure. Let's break down the flight sequence because it's really impressive. After liftoff, the rocket went through its stages just as planned. We saw the first stage separation, followed by the second stage ignition, and then its separation. At an altitude of about 263 kilometers, the third stage engine fired up, pushing the payload even higher. In just about 12 minutes, the rocket had soared to an altitude of 600 kilometers. Once it reached that point, it stabilized its attitude. Basically, it got itself into the right position, and then, at 601.3 kilometers, it began the crucial task of deploying its cargo. This all happened just 13 minutes after leaving the launch pad. The mission's main goal was to deliver a payload of satellites into orbit, and it did so with incredible precision. By the 15-minute mark, all 12 Cube satellites had been released in perfect order. Mission complete. Officials at Mission Control were thrilled, confirming that this fourth Nuri launch had met every single mission criterion. We're talking about hitting the target altitude, achieving perfect satellite separation, and seeing incredible engine performance. In fact, they specifically noted that the second and third stage engines performed even better than expected, which is fantastic news for the future of the program. And the good news kept rolling in. The Korea Aerospace Research Institute later elaborated on the success. The South Korean government has a bold vision. They want to become one of the top 5 global space powers. And launches like this are a giant leap toward making that dream a reality. What makes this launch particularly significant is the shift towards private sector involvement. This mission marked the first time that the public and private sectors prepared a launch together. The major aerospace and defense company, Hanwha Aerospace, took the lead on this. They were responsible for overseeing the production and assembly of the rocket, and they were also deeply involved in the actual launch operations. This public-private partnership is a model that has proven incredibly successful in other countries, like the United States, with companies like SpaceX. It fosters innovation, drives down costs, and accelerates the pace of development. By bringing in the expertise and efficiency of the private sector, South Korea is positioning itself to be much more competitive on the global stage. So, what's next for the Nuri rocket? The head of the newly formed Korea Aerospace Administration, or KASA, has already started talking about the future. The goal is to make these launches a regular occurrence. Specifically, they want to be able to launch the Nuri rocket at least once a year going forward. A consistent launch schedule is key to building a robust and reliable space program. It allows for more scientific research, more commercial opportunities, and gives engineers the continuous experience they need to keep improving the technology. This move from one-off high-stakes missions to a more routine launch cadence is a sign of a maturing space program. Its development has been a long and challenging journey, a testament to the nation's scientific and engineering prowess. The first launch attempt in 2021 was a partial success. It reached its target altitude but failed to place its dummy satellite into orbit. The second launch in 2022 was a complete success, making South Korea the 7th country in the world with the capability to launch a satellite weighing over 1 ton using its own technology. The transition to private leadership with Hanwha Aerospace is perhaps the biggest story here. It signals a new era for the South Korean space industry. Instead of being purely a government-run endeavor, it's now evolving into a dynamic ecosystem involving commercial players. This will likely lead to more innovation, more investment, and more opportunities for South Korean companies to participate in the burgeoning global space economy. We're talking about everything from building satellites and launch vehicles to providing launch services for other countries and companies. This is how a national program grows into an international powerhouse. This successful night launch, despite the minor initial delay, proves the system's robustness and the team's ability to handle real-time challenges. Each successful mission provides invaluable data that engineers use to refine and upgrade the rocket, making it more capable and more reliable for the future. The ambition doesn't stop at low Earth orbit. With a proven launch vehicle like Nuri, South Korea can now seriously plan for more complex missions. This fourth Nuri launch isn't just another successful mission. It's a critical stepping stone, a declaration of intent, and a source of national pride. It solidifies South Korea's status as a serious player in the final frontier. It's going to be fascinating to watch how this public-private partnership develops and what new heights the Korean space program will reach in the coming years. With plans for annual launches and ambitions for deep space, the future looks incredibly bright. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. What do you think about this major step forward for South Korea's space program? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.